Oh my god, there's more fucking Elite 2.0. Let's get into the review. Hello everyone, my name is Craig and this is video review of the Nerf Elite 2.0 Slyshot. Yes, there's more of this freaking Elite 2.0 stuff. I found this one at CVS, so let's get into a review. I'm tired of reviewing this series. Starting out with an external overview of the blaster. This is spring-powered and single shot, so we'll start up front. Obviously, there's no end strike barrel lug. You do have some weird issues if you need a barrel lug onto this one. Getting up top, there is a fake iron sight. That's really not going to help you aim much. There's also a rear corresponding iron sight. I don't know why they have these type of iron sights really on a pistol, but it's cool that they have it. Getting around to the back, this is spring powered. The prime, you do that. The draw weight is pretty standard for most blasters on the market right now. Getting down to the grip is actually very proportional to the blaster. Finally, a blaster that actually has good proportions with it to the blaster, right? And great proportional and a comfortable grip to this. I still probably wouldn't want to go like around with this for hours, but yeah, it's still a pretty well proportioned grip to the rest of the blaster and pretty comfortable. Getting down to the bottom is a sling or lanyard mount in there if you wanted to put one on there. I don't know why you wouldn't like holster this or put this in a pocket or something. Why you would want to put this on a sling is beyond me. Getting up to the trigger pull is actually seems a little bit heavy. I'm hoping that there is a velocity increase from that, but also it doesn't allow for a whole lot big of like dry firing, like compressing the trigger. It really works when you do actually pull this back and then fire. So the trigger, fairly smooth, but also a pretty heavy trigger and a big old trigger guard. Getting up to here, this is dart storage. It can hold 2 extra darts just like that. Of course, I wouldn't, any built-in dart storage I would not recommend ever because you could permanently damage your darts that way. But I think this one isn't too bad because of the length of this. There is still a little bit of space in between point A and point B back here that it might not compress the dart too much, but I still wouldn't trust that. But it's cool that they have ammo slots, but I'm not a fan of ammo slots on a blaster. I'd rather just have a fresh magazine or just put that in a pocket or something rather than on a blaster. But it holds 2 more, so 2 fresh reloads on that. And that is the entire overview of the blaster. Right, small, sleek profile. I actually like the ergonomics of this. It's actually looks, I know I say this a lot, but this actually looks like a real firearm, that type of thing. So let's get into a firing demo. Starting out with normal Nerf Elite darts, only at about 5 feet. I know this isn't a good test, but it's all I got right now. Moving on to some Adventure Force darts. Now firing some Slyshot full-length darts. Now firing a couple of Slyshot 3/4 length darts. white Mosting darts. Some Dart Zone waffle head darts. And lastly, for comparison's sake, some old orange and striped darts. Ew. I find a really, really good one. This one ought to be good. Okay. Firing analysis and conclusion of the Elite 2.0 Slyshot. It fired actually very well for a backup pistol. Most of the ammo types actually flew out pretty well. You could see some lowered velocities in things like the Mosting darts and the Adventure Force darts, and of course the old orange and strike darts did fire out of that, but it only went like about 2 feet before it just completely died off. Making it, again, not a great universal ammo type, but still pretty impressive. I would still say that this has a decent backup pistol velocity with, I would say, just by eye test, I don't have the chrono data or my working chronograph. Just by the eye test, I would say minimum 59 feet per second, probably upwards to about 68 feet per second. It's probably up there near the primaries. Just the velocity, especially range, I did fire it in my living room a little bit, just when I had the chance to pop off like a couple shots, and it did reach about that 40-50 feet across the range in there fairly quickly, so it can do that by range and with the velocity. So firing performance pretty good. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's still absolutely amazing. I would think. Other pros of this, I love the form factor on this. This actually looks like a real like firearm, like if it was like slimmed down, that type of form factor, which means that you should not repaint this. You repaint this any other colors but these, especially black and gray, and take this outside and you're getting hosed down, bro. You're getting blasted. Don't do that. But very interesting with the proportions. You can holster this, probably put it into a pocket. For single shot backup, this is actually one of the better single shot backups that I've fired. I think that it's similar, if not better, than an ace. But there's still some-ish better options. I would actually choose this one over a Volt, just because of the concealment factor. You can use this as an emergency backup, where the Volt is almost the size of a dedicated secondary, and you don't want single shot for a dedicated secondary, trust me. But for an emergency blaster, this might actually do. If you showed up to a Nerf war with this and, say, a Jolt or an Ace, I would allow you to have 2 of those blasters if I was hosting. Because this one is a little bit of a bigger emergency, and then the Ace, you can even conceal that more, so you'd have like 2 emergencies, a secondary and a primary. Yes, I would let you have up to 4 guns. Yes, no more than that. But it would be very situational. Really, the other pros, it works really well. No jams or malfunctions, obviously. I think it's well proportioned. Performance was actually pretty decent for a backup blaster. And the form factor works well. Ergonomics are amazing on this. The only thing I'd say is I never like these type of built-in dart storage thingies. I never do. I would recommend that. You could still totally chop that off, and it would still have an amazing form factor on that, but I could totally see how it could be a waste of space with that, but you could still make it just a solid piece of plastic. I wouldn't mind that, just slimmer. But yeah, my opinion on this is actually pretty positive. I'm still tired of reviewing Elite 2.0, and I'm trying to get through the series so I can do a series overview and then never touch the blasters again, which is my purpose. That's pretty much what I do with most of my blasters anyway, because I'm generally not going to use half of them in a Nerf war anyway. I basically buy for sake of video review, and that's why I buy a lot of like secondaries and like pistols like this, especially with the space that I have. Very, very limited right now. But yeah, this is Elite 2.0 Slyshot. My recommendations, I'd check out other backup options in the Elite 2.0 series if you must go with that. Check out the Trio 3 shots. It's actually fairly good. I know I trashed on it before, but I'm still trying to find through my video archive or the video segments of which I did the re-review on. I might have to redo it. But check out the Trio. It's actually fairly good. Check out the Ace. You might consider it over this one. I would probably recommend this over an Ace, but that one's either or. Consider some other single shot option. I probably wouldn't check out the Volt, but for whatever reason you might want a Volt more than this. But yeah, or check out like something like the Slash. I would probably recommend this over the Slash. This performs better than the Slash. Slash is just horrible and not ergonomic at all. But yeah, but I would also check out a Triad or a Jolt in the normal Nerf Elite series over this as well, and compare it to it. I wouldn't say don't buy this, but I wouldn't fully recommend just because there's so many options on the market. That's basically going to be like, I'm not telling you go buy this, but I'm also not telling you avoid it, right? This one is actually going to come down to your specific choice. I know you want my recommendation, and if I must have my recommendation, I would say, yeah, actually check out this blaster over a few of the options. But I would also say be careful on actually making this a dedicated like emergency blaster. Think about all the pros and cons and compare it to other things on the market before you do. But that's all that I have to go over for the Elite. Actually, I'm going to get into a little bit of marketing with this one. I actually bought this for about $10 at CVS. You can probably find it cheaper at like Walmart or something, Dollar General. But that, just thought I'd throw that out there. And that's all now that I have for this blaster. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to leave this video a like or a dislike if you didn't. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. If we reach 100 subs, I will start our first Q&A session. More on how we'll do that once we reach that subscriber goal. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.